Get in the know. Non-stop Vikings talk. It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
Football! Yeah! Football!
There he is, right there. 10 plus years in the National Football League trenches. He is the Rhino from the O-Line Committee YouTube channel and podcast where he breaks down film in his sleep. Alex Boone, welcome to the show today, sir. We're going to break it all down from yesterday's game. Break it all
of it. What a physical game.
Physical football.
Hey, that's what Sunday night is, man. Just getting after each other. What a great day of football, and then it just finished at the end. Oh, it's the best.
Because you wait all day for Sunday night, right?
The best.
Oh, just waiting all day. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
You're watching games. You're like, oh, dude, that guy got his ass kicked. Hopefully I'm not. I'll be ready. It's tonight. Like, you just hype yourself up all day. It's terrible.
All day long.
It's terrible.
It's time for some football.
Hey, it was a physical game. Let's start with that. We could start with the first series where the quarterback almost lost his head.
We're going to break that down for sure. Yes. Yeah.
But came back, right? Battled his ass off. Took some other hits. I mean, the dude is wiry. He can throw it. At times, he's a little risky, right? There was like once he threw it into like 4 Denver guys. I was like, I don't even know if I saw a purple jersey in there. God, it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
Right? But you're like, hey, no risk it, no biscuit, dude. And you got to let it rip. But I thought it was a physical game. I just can't believe they lost to Denver. And I know everyone's going to crush me for this. And I really don't care. But Denver's not good.
Thank you.
Like defense is good. Okay. Alex Singleton, massive props. Dude's all over the field. What's the other one? Jersey.
The other safety? I was Patrick.
No,
Patrick
they're linebacker.
Surtain
Jerseylicious, something like that, right?
Sure.
Like
yeah.
they're all over the field. D-line is pushing
the
pocket.
Yep.
But offensively, I don't see it. I don't see the old Russ. I really don't. Like, they talked at the game. They were like, oh, Russ hasn't had over 200 yards in 5 games. And I'm like, and everyone's telling me he's back. This is the Russ that you guys are telling me that I used to watch POV firsthand from like 10 yards away. Are you crazy? Not even a chance. And then offensively, they just make mistakes at the weirdest time. Like, you kick 5 field goals and you're like, they're back? They're not back. You still got more things to figure out. At the same time, I think for the Vikings, dude, the turnovers just killed them. Yeah, I mean, dude, you fumble that handoff, and all of a sudden it's like you're driving down, you're about to put points on the board, you're about to do something, and you give it to them. And then at the same time, the interception, it's just.
Didn't that fumble by Mattison? Didn't that we were talking about this earlier today, that it's like, okay, you're up 17-9, you're driving, you're almost to the red zone. It's the end of the third quarter. The Vikings have been kind of dominating the game just up and down the field. Yeah. If you just go forward and punch that in, the game's over, I think, at that point.
I think you end it there, for sure, because the only thing that they've done so far is field goals. That's why the whole time I'm like, man, they haven't really scored a touchdown. I'm not really worried even if they do get the ball back. Like, they're probably just going to have to kick a field goal anyways. Like, yeah, they can drive it down the field, but we always talk all the time that what makes you a great quarterback is being able to score in the red. When the field shrinks, you need to find those tiny, tiny windows, and you need to find them fast. That's what makes elite quarterbacks elite, is that they know. They almost like – they see the pocket coming and they're like, hey, I trust myself. I trust this ball. It's gone. Rip it. You know, and he's just not that guy anymore. And I think that offensive, like the line, Garrett Bowles got his ass handed to him by Danielle Hunter. Danielle was like, you know what? I'll single-handedly do it myself. Like, he was literally bull rushed his ass, right? And rusted. That's why I'm saying it's not the old Russ that I used to see.
So it sounds like you come out of this.
Gone.
It feels like you aren't like the Vikings
I'm
lost
not
the
down
game.
at all.
Okay.
Nah. Dude, are you
Season's
kidding me?
not over. Season's not
This
over.
quarterback just got here, and Russ is back. Okay, well, we took him all the way to the last minute. How does that make you feel? Make you feel better? Like, I'm saying the other thing. I'm saying, yeah, I don't think Denver's offense is what everyone says it is, but I think they have a really good defense. I think they play really, really well. And at the same time, you have still a new quarterback on a team who went out and did some really exciting things. At the same time, took an unnecessary hit that, I'm not going to say it was unnecessary. Dude just should have maybe there's no way to get out of a hit like that. When someone sees you with a bullseye and they're like, I'm leaving my feet, you just got to bite down sometimes. And to see him come back and play well and see the offense continuously play well, like, it's one of those things where you're in a really, 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 really tough game on Sunday night, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, your quarterback gets hit, but you keep fighting, and he's getting hit all game, and the defense is fighting their ass off to keep the offense out of the end zone. Like, it's just one of those games where it's like a complete game, and it was fun to watch. At the same time, things don't always go right, but he's new. The quarterback's new. We're still figuring a few things out. Some of the timing you can see was off. Like, some of the balls were behind guys. We'll figure that out. At the same time, you're taking steps.
What's your theory, Boone, on O'Connell's loyalty to Mattison, though? That's the one thing I don't get. And I'm guessing when they go through the film of that fumble, that's ugly, because that's a bad. I mean, he might have got glanced by a Broncos defender, but it was not like a big hit. If you were in the room, and O'Connell seems like a guy who's well liked, so I'll start off there. But if you're a player for him, how much are you questioning a loyalty to a guy who really, at the end of the day, is probably pretty damn average and has had problems catching the football and now has 2 fumbles?
I'm not really questioning the coach just because I like what KFC's been doing. And I think that right now is when he's going to start to look up and be like, hey, maybe we need to go with Chandler. I mean, I think the way that he runs the ball is super sleek and effective. And at times it's like, hey, maybe we do need to flip things around. We need to get a little new mojo going. I think it's one of those things where if you're in the room at the time, if you're him, you can feel everybody's eyes on the back of your head. Everybody's kind of looking at you like, dude, what are we doing, man?
Come on, guy. Yeah.
We had that game. Because I'm with you. I think that if he holds on to that ball, they drive down. If anything, they kick a field goal, but they put another stake into Russell Wilson. And it's kind of like, now you really need to claw your way back. And it's one of those things where that's the momentum of the game. And I don't know if everybody else saw, but I did. As soon as he fumbled it, you could see Denver was kind of like, all right, we're still in this. We're back. And that's the whole Russ thing. That's Russ's whole we're not out until we're out thing. And that's them maybe believing that they're going to have a chance. But for the most part, that fumble doesn't happen. I think that we're looking at a dub, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not as mad.
Yeah. Dude, I think we should get into let's get into the film here, because I think
I'm excited, dude.
There's
11
so much
plays. Stuff happening. I know, dude.
Let's
it's
shout
like a whole
out
new world. A whole new world.
Oh man,
crazy, dude.
Disney. I love when
we got
Disney
direct
Boone
snaps.
shows up.
We got direct snap pitches. We got guys going everywhere. You don't even know.
You're going to hear an earful from Judd on how dumb that play call was, and I want to hear if you think it is too, but don't say it right now.
Listen,
No, don't say it.
You can't be that quarterback on the couch that's like, oh, you can't. Yeah. If you're good, I told you, light the wheels on fire and push it down the hill and see what happens. You have to go crazy if you're going to really try to make a push for the playoffs, and you really want to do something and keep it competitive and have people say, hey, this is a good team. This is a good core team. This is a great coach. Like, this is what everyone's starting to say. By the way, before we get into the film, good chance you're not going to have your DC next year. Just letting you know, like, this guy is.
Yeah.
Did you see the blitz? I hope you brought it up. That got home. That almost was a touchdown to Jerry Jeudy. If he actually had any hands, he could have caught it.
I don't have that for this. I have only offensive plays. I did mark it as a play we should potentially grab. I grabbed 11 offensive plays and a block punt. So
we'll pull it up on OLC. We'll do something.
Yeah.
It was perfectly planned, and it was just love it.
So we're going to get to some film here. Let's shout out a couple friends here real quick first. Helping power Purple Daily, a new partner here that might be the perfect holiday gift for you. If you're like me, we're not, maybe sometimes guys are a little spacey when it comes to the perfect gift idea, but this is called Sound Story. It's a professionally produced hour-long conversation. Call it a podcast if you want, where you or one of your loved ones is interviewed by your choice of professional interviewers. And I am one of those that you could have me sit down with your grandpa, your mom, your dad. If you want to record someone's life story so you have it forever, and it's me slinging the questions. I might sneak a Kirk Cousins question in there. You never know. But you can go to Sound Story, mysoundstory.com, and enter the promo code PURPLE to get a Black Friday week special of 10% off a gift certificate for Sound Story. You or your loved one's voices and stories are saved for your family forever. mysoundstory.com with the promo code PURPLE at checkout. Sound Story for you, for them, forever. And our friends at Summit Orthopedics. If you're on the injured list this week, maybe you're questionable for Thanksgiving festivities because your back hurts, or I don't know, you twisted your ankle, you got some sort of orthopedic problem. No referrals are needed at Summit Orthopedics. They offer same-day appointments. If you're really hurting, they also offer walk-in orthopedic urgent care 7 days a week from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. 25 locations in the Twin Cities and greater Minnesota. They have over 150 expert physicians and physical therapists specially trained in their fields. You can learn more at summitortho.com. That's summitortho.com.
Football.
Can we get to it?
Let's get to it. Let's
Pull
start with
it
a
up.
fake punt. We're going to start with a fake punt here.
You want to talk about a great place to play? And I'm not going to call it Empower Field because when I played, it was the Mile High Stadium of like the Sports Authority.
Yeah.
But dude, it is so hard to breathe all the time.
Yeah, what is
constantly
that like?
Dude, it's terrible. It feels like you have the driest mouth all the time. And no matter how much water you drink, you're like, God, I just get God. And then like on a long drive, you're really, really sucking wind, man.
Yeah.
You're like Jim Carrey and Me, Myself, and Irene, where he's like,
Exactly.
Come and give me a glass of water here.
Dude,
Come, buddy.
Beautiful place, though. Love it.
So the Vikings lead is slipping away here halfway through the fourth quarter. They have the ball at their own 30-yard line. It's a 4th and 5. They've turned the ball over a couple times here. The Broncos are about 17-15. They're just going to dial up a punt and hope that the defense can save them once again here.
Love this.
Or do they get tricky?
See, Judd, you're either all in, man, or you're all out. And he's all in right now, which just puts everybody on high alert. And I love how this little gunner over here has no idea that it's a fake until like right now.
he's looking around.
How surprising is that? Because I mean, this play has been run in some form that you wouldn't during the week at least be alert for this.
I mean,
if you're the Broncos,
alert for a fake punt.
Them looking back, they're probably like, yeah, we feel pretty stupid. Like they're pretty giving that away.
This guy right here, by the way,
in the moment, remember, it's so hard in the moment to see something like this. In the game of the flow of the game, it was almost kind of like, dude, are they really not going to go for this right now? Like I was kind of surprised they were punting, and then when he went for it, I was like, there we go. Like
I feel like it was like such an obvious, like, well, they're at the 30-yard line. The defense is playing well. It was a great time to call a fake punt, and it did not enter my mind personally, but I'm also just an idiot who watches football.
No, but it's like you said, the defense is playing really, really well right now. Like they haven't scored a touchdown. They're not doing anything. Yeah, they're holding the time of possession. They're holding the clock, but we have the lead right now, and they haven't technically shown us that we should be afraid of them. And that's why I love this. And goes back to the whole KOC thing. Like he's going to be all in now to be creative, and he's going to keep you on your toes at all times because this – looking back, the Broncos are like, look how stupid this is. Like, we don't even know what's going on. They're running full zone, and we got one guy barreling inside and nobody else covering. Look, 27 still running for the gunner. He's like, no idea what's going on. Oh, my God, look, it's a fake. Nobody's even around him. It just puts so many more people on high alert. And now, instead of having a punt return out here, it'll be a defense. So just you can't do things like this.
You're saying this is probably the last time they could burn. This is the second time they've done a fake punt.
Yeah, and the next time you see the Vikings line up, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw the Bears defense out there instead of the punt return, right? Just stop them from doing something like this because that's when they keep the defense out there is when they think that you're going to fake it. Like they'll put real D linemen in there to get penetration. They'll put real linebackers in there in case you need to throw it. They'll run a coverage. Like it's just it's like punt safe. Because it's funny because the D linemen, they're really not blocking anybody. Like their whole thing is just to be in there in case it's a fake. And then after that, they just walk off the sideline. So if you're going to return it, you're not getting any blockers. And you're not getting anybody.
They're just there for security purposes, basically, right? That's kind of their job.
They're literally like fair catch it or you're on your own, bro.
So yeah, they just, I don't know, the Broncos got caught napping there. Let's break down I've got two different sort of sets of clips here. One is mostly first half and a lot of running plays, starting with Dobbs taking the pitch from Hawkinson. Second half is it's all a mixed bag. There's some good, there's some bad in here. So we'll start with the play that put the Vikings in a hole here to start the game. Got two angles for you guys.
Here we go, baby.
Hawkinson coming under center.
Like right here, I'm loving it. I'm like, oh boy, we're getting risky, right? We're getting risky, and I understand what people are saying where it's like, maybe we'll do something else next time. But at the same time, it's like in the moment, it seemed really, really good. Did we think he was going to fumble it and take a massive hit at the same time? And we talked about this on O-line committee. The minute that these dudes become runners, the refs are officially like, hey, you're on your own. Like if you're gonna run, you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get tagged. And I think that everyone's starting to figure it out now. But it goes back to the whole, I love the creativity. Like right away, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a sneak, But then he pitches it to the quarterback. And it's just one more level of people going, okay, well, what are they going to do next week? They're probably not going to pitch it to the quarterback, but what's to stop them from pitching it to Alexander Mattison or fake pitching it to him and having Jordan Addison take it on a sweep this way? Like there's so many possibilities that you can pull this out of. And that's why even though they didn't win, they still put a lot of things on tape. They're going to make everybody else go back and watch and really focus and dial in. Like right here, you get Alex Singleton on this block. Dude, we're not even talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is, and this kind of goes back
went
to
wrong here.
When you go look at a game like this, it's always one block every now and then. Like right here, Dalton Risner needs to go. Gotta go, bro. Gotta go right now. Because if you go back right here, it looks like it kind of turned into a trio because you can see the minute that TJ puts his hands under, go all the way back, this 3 technique moves down to a shade, right? And so they're full zoning right there. See that? Yep. So Dalton goes from I'm reach to now I'm inside reach. And right here, what we would have done is we'd have been like, hey, just gang zone it. Go Zorro, everybody turn and run and just start collecting gaps to try and open this up. Because see how Bradbury kind of gets his head stuck there?
Yeah. So you're saying Risner should have just gone out to the left, broken to the left, and turned it into a zone run is what you're saying.
Then there's 2 trains of thought here. Number one is you say, okay, just stay and block the down and you make Alex Singleton make the play, which we see. Or you say, hey, listen, there's no way 99 is going to get back out on this pitch. So Dalton, you just climb right now because if you can get that linebacker, this hole opens up huge. See what I'm saying?
He could have cut back right here, right? I mean,
exactly.
If Risner is over right here.
Remember, too, this is a short yardage play. He knows people are chasing him. I'm sure in the moment he's like, I'm not used to this. What's going on? They're coming from every angle. He tries to make a good cutback, but the safety just tags him and does a good job of hitting him.
Flag or no on this?
No, I don't. I agree with these refs. You have to start letting these people play. Dude, by the letter of the law, if you start making these guys slow down to hit these dudes on 3rd and 1, it's going to make it an unfair advantage for us. And that's not fun. That's not fun for anyone because then it's almost like, dude, we're just going to continue doing this and there's nothing they can do to stop it. But I agree with the refs. If you're in the pocket, there should be some love to the quarterback. If you hit his helmet, you take him low, I'm cool with that. But the minute he gets out of this pocket, he is like everyone else on this field. Because you'll remember, too, there's not a lot of guys that are going to leave that pocket that know that they shouldn't. They're not going to just run out there and be like, I'm going to do this. That's not happening. The only guys that run out here are the ones that are savvy enough to know to get down, be quick, get out of bounds.
So you, I mean, you guys go ahead and, Judd, you hated this play call, right? Like, and it blew up in their faces. And Boone, you're saying you kind of like the play call. I like the general creativity, and I have a hard time playing like creativity police, saying like you can't be creative here, you can there.
Right.
So I'm just gonna roll with the consequences when they're being creative. But Joe, what was it about this that you hated or did not like watching this game?
On 3rd and 1 from your own territory, I think that this is probably a play call that I would have done in a different circumstance, and I think that you can get the yard. I mean, you are. Keep in mind, you're going against the league's worst run defense. And while Denver is scrappy and improved defensively, against the run, they're not good. And so I don't mind creativity. I questioned the spot of the creativity here more than anything.
I agree with you there. And some people could even be like, dude, even pitching it to the quarterback on something like this could be, but that's where when I say you're either all in or you're all out. You can't be half creative. You have to either throw things at the wall and hope they stick, or else it's just vanilla like everyone else. But go back. They must have seen something on film, which makes me think this is why they're being creative. Notice when TJ goes to put his hands under. Notice how everybody starts to slump in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did it. Because they're like, why bury our head against this wall when we could possibly just pitch it out here and nobody's out there? At the same time, this is like the exact play for when quarterbacks throw it across their body, across the field, but they complete it. And people are like, you should never do that because, it's not good. This is why they say that. This is an example of it not going well. Because if he goes and catches this and gets the first down, people are like, man, that's risky, but it's great. This is the other side of the coin. You don't get the block. He stops your quarterback, and nobody blocks the safety right there while he just comes in and screams in and spears your quarterback. Like, this is the opposite of I agree with Judd. This is the bad of doing something creative. But at the same time, Mackey's right. In the moment, you can't be a police and be like, hey, you're being too creative. Like, it's like, dude, we're here to win. We have to do what we got to do to win. Nobody thought he was going to fumble it and get speared, but he did. And now we've learned. And now we're like, okay, let's not do that anymore.
Yeah. So a couple drives later here, Vikings are down 3-0. All right, let's try to dust ourselves off. I just want to show you they had a really good series running the ball with both Chandler and Mattison, and then they punctuated this drive with a touchdown that Kirk Cousins probably doesn't score, and Josh Dobbs kept a play left. They ran this. We'll get to it at the end of the sequence.
Roll right,
here,
yeah. Dude,
the
Ty
roll
Chandler
right was the same play they ran in Atlanta. But let's just run some run plays here from the all 22 view, and you tell us what you're seeing.
Oh, man, what am I seeing? A little 9-on-7 drill. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Go back real quick. I mean, look how many defenders you got in this box. This is a bow-up drill if I ever saw it. Like, pause. If you ever go on Wednesday, the first period we do against the defense is called a 9-on-7 drill, and this is exactly what it looks like. Like, this is called bow-up drill right here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7, 8 here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's always fun. So you got an over or an under defense. We're running straight counter off the ball. And I say counter because we can tell Ed Ingram's pulling first. CJ, see how he's in this like jack formation. He's away from the strength. So we would call this jack or queen. Ed takes the first. Now, Ham here is kind of caught in a bind. And I agree with him because Ingram looks like he's trying to log him. And Ham's kind of like, should I go up inside here? Everybody else does a great job. We got a Trey with Ed Oliver up there. You got Darisaw getting through to the linebacker, which is perfect. But right here, Ed Ingram's got to stay on here. Go ahead, keep going. Ham does a great job. And I can't remember that dude's name. Josie? Something. It's Josie, yeah. Great job of splitting this open. And Ty Chandler trying to get through here. I love it. Plays like this show up because the play action to these hit so big. You keep putting plays up like this, and you're going to get all of these guys in this box sucked up. And that's what they're starting to do now is we pull more guards in the league to try and really sell play action. Like play action when I first got to the league was straight zones. Now they're running them out of powers, counters. So when you put plays like that up on the film and you can go out and gash a defense, dude, it's huge. I'm telling you.
So, Boone,
Right.
I continue to say that Chandler has an explosive step that Mattison, in my opinion, just lacks. But if you were to explain it more in detail, like what do you see here that makes Ty Chandler, in football terms, a better back than Mattison, at least as far as his ability to run the ball like this?
I mean, I think it's the fact that he's a lot sleeker. I think he just kind of feels the vibe of the offense, and he feels the vibe of everybody blocking in front of him, and he knows when to make that cut and go. Like you can just see as soon as he hits that burner, he's gone. Like even right here, we're running the same play, right? But now we're kind of running it out of power because we let Ham take the guy off the edge. So we're pulling for Josie right here. Go back real quick.
So Reisner's pulling on this.
Here we go. Yep. Same play, right? We're in an under. We got a Trey. We're back. We get Brian through. We get Dalton around this. Come on, Dalton. Get around here, big dog. Come on. Get here. Get here, big fella. Get here. There we go. Just like that. See how he waits right there for this to kind of happen? He's like, I know that I'm not going to take Josie on by myself. I'm going to let this guy hit him first. Something will happen. And this is what I love about running backs is when they let us just block people wherever they need to go. And then they make something happen off of it. Plays like this are huge too because it forces defense to really follow you. And if you can just let dudes run and you just bury dudes and let the running back make one cut and go, it's super simple.
So Chandler, he put together like 3 straight 7-yard runs, just chunk, needs a breather. This is the same drive. Madison comes in, and he had a good day running the ball too.
I agree. This is a great
this.
run. Great cut. This is once again forcing everybody to stay alive. You're going to have to it's going to take all of you to tackle us. It wears out a defense slowly. Same formation. We're over here. Let me see. But this looks like duo. I love duo. Go back. It's a great play. Duo, for those that don't know, is power without a puller. Right. Get ready.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to blow your mind. Just
Power
watch.
without a puller. Let's go.
So this is the newest thing, and everybody started running this after BA kind of came up with it. And it's the same exact blocking scheme, but instead of pulling Dalton Reisner, we're just going to keep him on the backside. Go back a little bit. If you started from the beginning, duo is the equivalent of power without a puller, but it's also zone in a power scheme. The reason we love zone so much.
Oh, Boone.
Here we go.
Oh, my mind.
Talk dirty.
Just wait. Dude,
Talk
I used
dirty.
to sit in these meetings with the OCs and be like, talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
But we love this because it allows more double teams. That's why we love zones, because you have combo blocks all over the place. If you pause it right here to start, the only really person that's by himself is Darisaw. He has 56 by himself. Dalton Reisner and Bradbury are going to A this backside, the nose to Josie. Front side, it starts with a deuce, or it could have been a doom, depending on, they kind of look like they run doom footwork, same foot, same shoulder, but it turns into an ace on the run because of movement, right? But it's okay because O'Neal doesn't really, he kicks him out enough that this play should be running straight where Mattison is. That nose guard is right in his way. And
This
that's
should
what
go
they
right
tell
here.
the running back.
Is that
Right?
what you're
No, more straight. Come on. Frank Gore would kill you if you row up that line. Straight. It's okay if there's somebody in his way.
Oh,
We
I
can
see.
move him. See?
I got
We'll
you.
move him.
You're
Exactly.
You're saying it is. This is
It goes right there, right? But the great
But you
thing
gotta
about it
anticipate
is,
that.
see
Okay.
this linebacker, how he is like, oh no, it's going the other way. He's like duo the other way. So he starts to cross face. Great. I'll just cut it back off of that. That's why this play is so fun, because it can hit in 3 different places. But you start downhill and then you let the linebackers really force you where you want to go. You run where they're not. And at the same time, I'm not going to get on them, but some of this, like standing around watching,
Yeah.
get in there.
Oh, there's a
And
good
this-
one.
That's a great one, right?
Darisaw.
Go
Oh,
back.
man.
Go back.
Watch Darisaw right
this
here.
Poor DB. This poor DB right here is probably like, I got this, guys.
You don't want this. You don't want this smoke, man.
Boom!
Oh,
Want to see a
God.
dead body? Oh, man.
You think I feel bad for that guy? I don't. Oh, look at him. He's on the ground like, really, bro? Really?
So here we go. We're getting tricky again
Oh, I
here.
love
Okay.
it.
We're getting creative again. We're in the red. And I know
Here we
that
go.
creativity in the red is Judd approved, right?
Love
So,
creativity in the red.
so we got
Dude,
Dobbs out
Judd.
to the left.
I really do.
Here we
I
go.
really do.
Go back.
All right.
Counter.
C
There it
part
is.
right there.
There it
Oh,
is.
that, dude. Let's
There it is. Go back. Counter, baby. This is old school football at its finest. Dude, this is like some old school. Oh, man. I can't even begin to explain, but I love how this is a guard Y counter. So it's going to be Johnny Munt and Dalton Reisner. Same thing, counter. Guard takes the first one. Right here, we're looking to log, right? Kind of gets in our way, so he gets him out of the way, which is a phenomenal job, because as he's going to log, he realizes he should just be kicking him out. But go back real quick. What I love about this is how we pin the defense. How have we done this? Ed Ingram and Bradbury. They're the ones that are basically sealing this off right here. See right there? See how Ed Ingram gets that great
Shoving
block
this
right
guy.
there? Just, dude, destroys him, right? The tray holds its place right there, which is just enough for the Ed Oliver to get up on Singleton, because this is quick. See how fast he's flying out of there? You got to get there, because if you don't put hands on him right now, he's going to turn that corner right for Alexander Mattison. So the tackle doesn't get a lot here, but what they do a great job of is right here. He sees that hole and he cuts back. Why? Because Bradbury and Ingram have just completely sealed off this side right here.
Yep.
It's fabulous, dude. I'm telling you, it's a physical
seal
game.
here?
This is one of the
A
most
seal there?
well-blocked runs of the season, I feel like.
Dude, this showed up in a big way. Like, beating on these guys like this, if they can continue to do this all year, the run game will start showing up more and more. Look at that. Ed Ingram's got a guy in the ground. Now go look for somebody else. Go find somebody else, right? Go look for a safety. Don't let that dude get up. Push him down again.
Okay, all right. I hate to say this.
Oh boy.
If this is Ty
Don't.
Chandler, this is a
Don't.
touchdown.
Don't.
This is a touchdown if
You
it's
don't
Ty
know that.
Chandler right here. No,
You don't
I
know that.
it. Booney, I know.
You don't know it. You
No,
don't know that.
I know.
Don't say that.
It's a touchdown.
He's gone right now.
Yeah,
He's
he's
past
celebrating.
every- he's
So
past
Chandler will
everybody.
be celebrating and spiking the ball in the back of the end zone right now, and it's good. Like they got it,
Doing a gritty.
they got inside the 5. It's a nice job. But dude, that's a very well blocked run play right there,
Yeah.
and it sets
Hit
up
me with
this
some
right
more,
here.
dude. Here we
It
go.
sets up
Here we go.
this. Let's do this. So this for the audience here,
Oh, this one's fun.
you might recognize this exact play from the Falcons game the Vikings ran this exact play. Turned out a little bit different. Same result, but the Broncos were doing some scouting, it appears.
This is gorgeous, though. Look at that.
God,
Escape.
I thought this was dead.
I'm telling you, man. Roll right. This is great. Hold the linebackers just a tick. They obviously knew this was coming. But once again,
Boy, they scouted
staying
back,
alive. Putting Purcell. I played with 98, actually. His rookie year was my last year with the Niners.
Wow.
Great dude, man. But putting him in a bind again, like these guys are all so smart until they're not. And this is one of those plays that makes them not really ever smart because they have to just continue to keep you contained. And there's nothing they can do while you're on the move. This whole thing, they play a great defense right here. Like if you can see, everyone's covered, right?
This
There's
should
no one to
not be
throw
a
it to.
touchdown. Yeah.
Should not. With all these defenders out here, like this should absolutely not be a touchdown, especially right here. You should be getting caught by Cooper. But he does a great job
against the Falcons, dude. This was like right here against the Falcons. This defender was over here, right? Like
Right.
it was just a wide open Mattison touchdown.
But once again, we got legs. We can get out of trouble. Let
And the
something
duck-
develop.
The duck of the sack coming up right here to me was the most impressive thing. The slipperiness. Look at that.
Yeah, because he's got you
Look
there.
at this.
Yeah,
is
You're
a
really
touchdown.
fighting out of that.
This is a touchdown pass right here.
I know.
For sure. Good.
It's
But once again,
ridiculous.
once he falls off, look at everybody else. They're like, what do we do? Do we go get him? So then you got one guy jumping, two guys coming to get you. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Nobody knows what to do. But also you have, who is that? Powell over here. He's open. Johnny Munt's going to end up open. Once again, after enough time, you will find somebody wide open. You're going to take a hit on it, though.
Play.
It's just, I mean, it was a perfectly defended play that Josh Dobbs just blew up with his athletic ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's other plays that we'll get to that. So now we're into the second half here. Okay. So the biggest knock and the reason that we have sort of gleaned that Chandler has not been playing more often this season and last year to some extent, Booney, and we saw it in training camp. He hasn't been great picking up blitzes. We're going to show you back-to-back plays here, a little good, a little bad on the pass pro front.
Is this right through the A gap? Yeah. What a great play.
One of the biggest plays of the game.
He caught that ball and just took off. All right, here we go. We are in our jam front. Go back. I love it. All right, we're in a jam front. We got 3 down. Well, we're going to say under. We're going to say it's an under because see that guy right there, 9-9? If he were 1 foot to his right, we would call it a jam. But they're in an under, and we're just going to do the same thing we would do versus a jam is we're going to 5-0 because we don't want to leave any of these guys on the outside for our running backs, right? So we're basically everybody's on an island here. They know it. We know it. Poker, 5-0, popo, a lot of things you can say. But what it does is it puts these guys in the backfield on these linebackers that get giddy. And a good rushing linebacker, dude, he doesn't really time this up well because he kind of gives it away, but at the same time, he comes in here humming.
So he's looking at these guys basically, right? Like
Yeah,
anyone who
you're
comes
reading
up,
1 to
okay.
2.
Mm-hmm.
If both those guys come, I mean, if they bring an all-out blitz, they're should be in hot, though. So
And
you're not
it's
really
on
that worried
Dobbs.
about that. No.
You can see Chandler just kind of following. Look at where
Yeah, you can
Chandler's
see his
looking.
head.
He's
Oh,
looking
he
right
knows.
at him. Mm-hmm.
Alex knows, too. I think Ed does a good job. Go back. You can see initially he does a great job of throwing his hand up for the running back to try and void this space. A lot of times when guys, this guard will set way out and it opens up a huge void for this linebacker to come running through. But see how he's holding this? He's trying to hold presence for him. That's what we call it, holding presence to kind of slow him down. But that at the same time, there's nothing else that anyone can do after this.
And
Ty
then
Chandler's
just,
got to get in there
real
and
quick,
hit him in the face.
I can hear the audience, because Ed Ingram's kind of he's the one that everyone picks on, and he's probably the weak link on the offensive line. Why is Ingram not picking up that linebacker? So Ed Ingram has to be fixated on 99 here, right? Like you said, it's a 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone comes through here that's not a
Not our
defensive
problem.
lineman,
Why?
it is not his responsibility
Not my problem. Why?
because it's a 5-0.
Because we're in gun.
Okay.
Quarterbacks and gun. Once the quarterback goes to gun, anything off the ball is never our problem anymore. If he were underneath and we were in a 5-0 and Alex Singleton walked up here, you would see Ed Ingram tap his hip, which would mean he would take him. But then you put Ty Chandler on 99. So you're always kind of looking at like, what's the lesser of two evils? Yeah, Alex Singleton will get there the fastest, but 99's a lot bigger and probably just steamroll our running back. So for here, and remember, Ed Ingram doesn't know that the defensive end drops until like right now.
Yeah.
So, and you can't tell him to speed up that look. Like in his mind, like no one's even looking at the O-line here for this, because it's like you can't tell Ed you have to speed up seeing this faster, because then he's going to mess it up later, and that'll become an even bigger problem. So this is strictly on the running back, but even more so, it's not really on anyone. It's a great pocket.
Yeah, it's
keep
a great
your head
play.
up. Keep your head up. That's it. Keep your head up and don't be afraid to be the hammer sometimes, right? But Powell catches this ball and he takes off like so fast.
A burst.
So how good a play is that by Chandler then? Like when you talk about backs who can complete that assignment or can't, if you're watching that today in the film room, how nice a play is that?
Is Frank in the room? Frank Gore?
No, let's
Frank's
go
probably
with,
laughing at him.
Yeah,
I'd
let's
give it a
go with
7 out of
who's
10.
not
Nah,
Frank
I'd give it
Gore.
a 6 out of 10.
It's a pretty standard play that you have to make, right? I mean,
yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. He's good,
right? But he gets credit for it.
Yeah.
Like he still did his job, and they got what a 31 or 32 yard gain out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, he did his job. He did his job on that play. Now, okay, did he do his job on this play? This is the interception. It's interesting.
You always ask these open-ended questions.
Did he do his job?
All right, there we
It's
go.
a yes or no. It's a yes or no,
Hey,
Alex.
we're back into the even world. We're going Rocco right there. No, once again, got to get up there. You got to hit these guys. I think the problem becomes too, these linebackers are a big heartbeat of their defense. And so these dudes were hyped up. I mean, like really hyped up. And so at this point, when you're Ty Chandler, you got to go meet him face to face, dude. Like you have to get ready for what's coming down this pipe, and you got to throw your hands. And right now, you're shooting into him. Like you have to get on him right here. This is one of the plays that I think that go back, pause. Same thing with the O-line. Pause right there. As soon as he hits him, he drops his outside leg. And people can say whatever they want. I'm telling you that when you're watching this play on the plane ride home, there's a lot of people that are like, dude, if you just would have hit him harder, we don't throw this pick, maybe the game goes differently. Like even himself looking at this, like if you're going to be a pro, you really have to look at it and be like, was that my fault? That's clearly your fault. Dude's getting hugged while he's throwing the ball. Like there's not a lot that anyone else can say about it, but it's plays like this that add up over time. And in a game, they add up and you end up losing. And you're like, how did we lose? Oh, that's right. We gave up that sack.
So he has to attack this. So Chandler has to attack this because I mean the spacing is fine, the room is fine. He's just got to go. He's just got instead of sort of laying back, he's got to go at him. Correct?
Yeah. Well, not even so much at him, but it's like right here. See how that left foot is about to open up? Go ahead. Play
That's
it.
right. This is the guy right here.
Yeah. Like he's in great position right here. But see how that left foot right there,
swinging gate.
see how, and it opens up that door. And once you do that, you open up the edge to the quarterback. That's why they tell tackles, you're never allowed to do that. You have to keep the width of the pocket. It's the same thing for Ty Chandler. Get inside out, protect yourself, throw your hands, like right here, your hands on his elbow, get it in his chest and front him up. And at least just kick him out into Darisaw.
Yeah, because he makes the right read, which is, he should. He's an NFL running back. But it's really technique, right? It's leverage, it's technique, it's everything. Just physically. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's a lot of physicality. That's why I said this was a physical game. You could tell these two teams wanted to win.
Let's look at one more here. Let's look at the grounding play here. So it's third and 10. The Vikings have just kind of shot themselves in the foot here. They
drills what this is.
Something to happen. You need to play.
Not good. Not good. Not good.
Not gonna convert this anymore.
Yeah.
See, anytime the quarterback's smacking his hands like that,
Oh, dude,
it's
Bradbury.
never going to end well, dude. It just never ends well for anybody. It doesn't.
Bring
I
back
swear to
nightmares
God.
for Boone.
I'm telling you,
PTSD
man.
from
I
his
can't tell you
NFL
how many
days.
times I just hear this. I'd be like, just
Yeah.
call timeout. Call timeout. It's not going to end well. Never
I
does.
don't have any. And it's what's tough here too is like these are these situations where you're still new. You're 2.5 weeks in. The opposing defense 100% knows you're throwing.
Yeah.
And so there's no they might run a draw or play action, like they're just pinning it back. Bradbury
All right.
just gets smoked on this, but
So this look right here, while it might look really weird, is it just a double Cali? 2 linebackers up. Double barrel,
double A
Yep.
gap for the Mike Zimmer.
We're going to
initiated.
declare one way. We're either going Rocco or we're going Loco. The running back's going to take the other one because we're in gun. So he'll take the A gap. The other two are going to slide out to themselves. Right here, we're going Loco.
Loco meaning
Now,
center left.
pause.
Center left.
Mackie, we talk about this a lot. What does 67 need to do right here to protect 56 on a twist? The only thing that defeats a twist is what?
Well, if you're saying, are you talking like would this be a TT twist? 2 tackles?
All right, you're on the right way. Yep.
Okay.
What does Ed Ingram need to do here that he doesn't do?
Let me play it and see if I can answer this correctly. Let's see here. Okay, he needs to get off. You're saying he needs to get into this guy quicker, right?
Oh,
and then pass
you gotta
him
punch
off.
him,
And then
right?
pass him
Go
off.
back.
Punch him and pass him off.
Everyone's probably watching this and they're probably like, "Oh, Bradbury." Remember, he doesn't see this coming, right? He goes Loco. He sees 99.
Right.
Pause. He doesn't see 93. Ed Ingram is blocking him, right? He sees him coming, so he's like, "Oh, I'm just taking this guy," because he sees 47. See how 47 went behind? Go back. We're too far into this. Go back. My poor man. I'm sorry. We have to watch this, but go back. There. So we're going Loco. 47. It looks like he drops, but he doesn't. He ends up going behind 99, right? Right there. Bradbury still has to respect him. I don't have eyes at all on 93. Ed Ingram's only job is to punch him. That way he doesn't get into my hip. If you punch him here, it puts him on the same plane as Bradbury, not into Bradbury like this.
Right.
Which is an unfair thing to say because I hate it. And I still do hate it when people make fun of this guy for getting hit. Like, I'm like, really? It's my fault that the guy next to me didn't punch this dude? Like, there's nothing that Bradbury can really do other than throw a hand. But at the same time, you're seeing 99 coming down the pipe at you. You see 47 looping around. And then at the last second, 93, who's probably 315 pounds, destroys you from the side. Like, there's not a lot that we can do.
So
At the same time, you take out Dalton.
So when you punch that guy, then Bradbury can take him. Is that correct? And then he can. So did Ed do the right thing in picking up the eventual guy who I think stunts here?
Yeah. So what it should happen is we set to the left. Darisaw ends up on 56. Reisner will end up on 47. Bradbury will take 93 because right here, Ed Ingram's going to punch him, and he's just going to land right in Bradbury's lap. And then Ed's going to end up taking Allen around the side.
Okay.
Yeah. But so Ed not slowing down the initial burst
is
here
why Bradbury, yes.
He hangs Bradbury out to dry. And then as that's happening, Ingram then also is out of position on the twist coming across his face. And now it's a leaky faucet, right?
It really was. You just didn't strike. Like the minute you see a stunt, a TT, a TE, an ET, the penetrator must get hit. If you hit him, it completely, because watch, if you punch him right there, it throws him into 99. Yeah. You can actually hit the penetrator so hard it shuts down the entire twist. That is like the ultimate goal. That's when you know you've done it right. But instead, you got a quarterback running around for, and this is one of those things that we've talked about before. Pressure up the middle is extremely hard to run away from. It's so hard. We've seen Josh Dobbs get away from trouble all on the outside. But I've said it before, take it up the middle, and all of a sudden people are just like, it happens so fast. You don't have time to react. You're like, do I go left or right? Oh, God, I'm down. Like, it just, oh, no.
Dude, what a clinic right there. I
That
know
was awesome,
you
man.
guys got to get going here in a second. It's like 2 minutes because we got to fire someone's ass.
I need a
Tell
smoke.
Royce to calm down for a second.
Here we go.
We'll get to him. But hey, a shout out to our friends at Burger Press. If that wasn't enough meat for you right there over the last 40 minutes, Burger Press and Shawarma Cart in Edina is a fantastic place to dine if you're looking for a lunch. So this is an independent burger shop and shawarma cart place in Edina that is owned and operated by Minnesota sports fans, supporters of Score North. On the shawarma cart side, don't sleep on shawarma, man. Shawarma wraps, burritos, bowls. They got the rectum hot sauce, which, be a little, if you're like me, you're the, stomach sensitive type, be a little careful with the hot sauce, but it's fantastic. You can find all of this off 494 and France Avenue in Edina, 494 and France Avenue, Burger Press and Shawarma Cart. Also, let's shout out Federated, too. I don't think I've shouted out Federated on this episode. Federated has been a longtime partner of ours here at Score North and on Purple Daily. It's like having a great offensive line that knows when to punch and have your back on a twist. Federated is all about max protection, protecting risk and looking out on the horizon for your business, making sure that you can maximize your business with 100 years of experience that they bring to the table. Federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours. Declan, fire someone's ass before we say goodbye here today.
All right, I'm going to play the hits because my guy, Rex Ryan on ESPN today, summed it up perfectly. Why don't you go back to coaching D3 football where you belong? Brandon Staley, you're done, dude. Your meltdown yesterday. I'm gonna call the defense. I'm gonna call the defense.
quit asking.
You don't have to ask that question anymore.
Quit asking.
I know that I'm a defensive coach and my defense is ranked bottom 5 in every category the last 3 years, but I'm gonna keep calling the questions. Rex Ryan went in. He absolutely went in on him. Go back to D3 football, dude. You do not deserve to be an NFL head coach.
Rex said my wife could coach that defense better than this guy.
Boys, I warn you, be careful though, because if Boone's right, and he might be, and Brian Flores is a head coach in 2024, you know who's going to be on Kevin's list, don't you?
No.
Looking for a new
Rex?
team.
Rex?
No, not
Staley.
Rex.
No.
Brandon Staley.
No, he won't.
Hey, Boone, look at my fingers.
Don't. No.
Peanut butter and jelly.
You don't think he saw what happened the last 3 years, Judge? You don't think he was like, hey, Brandon, hey, listen, I tried.
Hey,
They
dude,
said no.
Sorry I didn't get back to you.
Yeah, you act like these
up?
conversations don't happen. Dude, I talked to the GM. I don't know. I put it in his lap. I'm not the boss.
Okay, you get 2 options to replace
it.
Brian Flores. Brandon Staley or Rex Ryan.
Oh, I'm definitely going Rex Ryan.
You dust off Rex Ryan?
Yes,
those pearly white teeth. Come on.
And I'm going to make fun of him every
Super
single
white
day
teeth.
for having a foot fetish.
He has
Absolutely.
the whitest teeth I have ever seen on any human.
It is funny when football players get money. Chad Greenway, first thing he did, new teeth.
Yep.
Have you seen Matthew Stafford's teeth?
No.
Matthew Stafford got new teeth too at some point.
Did he really?
Nice choppers.
Yeah, you can see those things from the sideline, man.
Hey, Mackie, I'm also surprised you didn't bring up your Golden Gophers.
Oh, it looks like we're all out of time here on the show today. Yeah, it looks like.
okay.
Yeah, well, it looks like.
Right.
I
guess it's
sounds
that
like
time
we
of the
got
week,
some
boys.
static
Greatest
on
I
Boone's
was surprised
microphone.
it wasn't worse, Boone. You're Buckeyes. How is it not worse?
We were getting ready for the greatest rivalry in all of sports. I apologize. They were already like, we got to play this D2 team. God damn, can we just get to the big one?
Michigan's
By the way,
got your signals, and they're coming.
I'm doing a poll. What do you guys think in Ohio State, Michigan? I'm just trying to find out who my real friends are.
Like who wins?
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Do the Wolverines have all of the Buckeye signs or just some?
All.
Oh, Michigan.
Michigan.
Well, who are you? Are you loyal to college or coach?
Dude,
Coach
when this
Harbaugh
came
or-
up, I'm always loyal to my school. Are you kidding me? Coach Tressel would kill me. Dude, I am
Coach
born in
Tressel.
the state. I lived that state. Bro, get out of here.
You should
Don't
wear
I'm-
more sweater vests, by the way.
Yeah.
If you really
kidding
want to
me?
Coach
pay
Tressel
homage.
taught PJ well.
Hey,
Tell Jim thanks a lot. He did a great job for game day coaching with PJ.
be careful. Be careful. This is the reason that I fell out of the draft, because people always had things to say about Tress, and I'd be like, listen, I'm not the guy to say things to. I'm the one that reacts quickly. And they'd be like, nice
That's right.
sweater vest. And I was like, there it is.
Oh,
All right,
Booney
fight
cost
time.
himself a 7-figure signing bonus for defending Jim Tressel out on the streets.
All the
of
time.
Los
Dude, he called
Just
me
say
in
that
one
about
time
my
and was
coach.
like, you got to stop, dude. And I was like, no, man, you're my boy. I'm not going to let him talk about you like this. He's like, do you think I care?
Oh my God.
Oh, man. Hey,
Loyal to
this
the
has been a
cause.
great session here today, boys.
You guys are the
Alex
best.
Boone,
Always a
the
pleasure.
Rhino,
Hey,
O-line
speaking
committee.
of which, Are you guys going to the Chicago game this week?
Judd's going to be there.
Judd,
Yeah.
Monday.
All right.
I'll be in the press
All
box.
right, I'm going. TCO got us tickets, so we'll be in the Valhalla suite.
Let's go. LF
Good
go.
life.
I better
Good
see
life.
you, dude. You better hit me up.
I'll be there.
All right, I better hear those Vikings fans too. They better be going crazy.
I'll text you.
Be
Quiet
chanting
fans.
Boone. Be chanting.
My
You and
first
me.
time back, dude. I'm so excited.
You and me. Yeah, you know what? You should blow the Gallo horn
No,
now.
You should,
No,
yeah.
I'm good. I like
What would
to
the
hide.
response be now if they said, former Viking Alex? What would the response be?
Not
you think?
good.
What's funny is people as Vikings fans have discovered you on this show last few years. People love you like second time around. People got a little, I don't know, people thought he's a bust. He came in here. I think you've done some good image rehab by just, spewing football takes on Purple Daily. People
And
love
like Jim
you now,
Tressel,
man.
he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He's the man.
All right, Booney. We'll
All
see
right.
you
All right,
next week
boys.
here in the trenches.
Yep.
Purple Daily, Daily Vikings Entertainment. We'll see you guys.